Hello YouTube, welcome back to Case Technologies. And today's video we're going to be talking about how to set up an API utilizing Flask, alright, for the web. So we're going to go ahead and create a simple API that's easily presented utilizing Python's Flask module. So let's go ahead and begin, but before we begin, go ahead and hit that like button. Right? Comment, subscribe, and share so we can go ahead and get the viewership up. All right. So I'm going to be utilizing Visual Studio today. And let me go ahead and clear this out. We have a clear area. I just want to go ahead and create my directory. And if you're on Windows, do the same thing. If you're on Linux, go ahead and do that now. Set up the directory. And I'm going to say, make a directory football because I'm going to use some football information, and I'm going to get into that directory right now. All right, and then we want to create a new file, and I want to save as hold on 1 second. Show local, cancel. All right. Let me open my folder. All right, football, there we go. That's what I want to show. And create the terminal. All right, so this should work now. New file. We're going to file save as. I'm going to save it as main.py. All right. And the first thing we want to do after this is make sure that you have pip on your machine or have Python in there. Pip comes with it, so we're going to go ahead with pip. And I'm going to install Flask. All right. I already have it satisfied. I can do pip remove Flask. So you can see how that works. All right, we're gonna do pip uninstall Flask. Yes, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. I have to do sudo for that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and remove it. So it's removed, it's uninstalled, clear. And then I'm gonna reinstall it. Sudo pip 3 install Flask. All right, so installed. There's no problems. So I'm gonna say clear. And then the first thing we want to do in our document is import Flask. And what Flask is going to do is allow us to interact with the web and allow us to access our data via the browser utilizing this API that we're going to create. So we're going to go ahead and import this module Flask, import Flask. And then from Flask, we would like to import JSONify because we want the API to be in a JSON format. All right. And we're going to say app. We're going to create the app. If I can type app and bring this up so you have a wider viewing pane. So we're going to set up the app now. App equals flask.flask and underscore name, similar to if you're used to regular Python files where you do name is equal to main. or if name is equal to main. And then we're going to do app.config. And we want to put debug on and set that to true. So we're going to say equals true. And then I want to set up the API template, or the JSON template that I'm going to use. It's going to be right here for quarterbacks. I don't want to type it, so I'm just going to go ahead and paste it in right here. And I'll let you guys take a look at it. You'll have to pause it so that you can see it clearly. But here you go. It's quarterbacks. All right. The first one is Dak Prescott of the Cowboys. And Dwayne Haskins, Washington football team. And then we're going to have the Carson Wentz of the Eagles. And then Daniel Jones for the Giants. All right. So once you have this written out, let's go and move on to the next section. We're going to come into line 30. And then this is where we set up the routing for Flask, so that when you go to your API, this is what you'll see. We're going to do @app.route. All right. And this is where you set up the route in the browser. All right. Based on your application. All right. And then we have to choose which methods we want to use. And for this, there's just a GET request. We're not posting anything. We're not making any changes or updates. So this is a GET. You're just getting the information. But you can also put post here, post. All right, GET. So we're going to use. Okay. And then we're going to go to the next line. And this is where we actually set up a method for our first route. I'm going to say return JSONify quarterbacks. And it's just that simple. So everything that's in this quarterbacks JSON object. But if you're really familiar with Python, it's basically a dictionary for Python, but it's a JSON object is what we're actually dealing with. And this one, JSONify, will allow it to print in a nice layout when we come to the browser. And then we want to close this out utilizing that same app, our same app. We're going to say run. And this allows our server to go ahead and run and display the display the quarterback's JSON objects on the route that we specified here. So let's go ahead and save that. And then you want to come to your terminal of choice. We're going to say Python 3 main, or at least for me, Python 3 or whatever Python you're running right now, main.py, and then you're going to hit enter. And it's going to display where, right here in this debug pane, since we have debug on, it's going to display where you can find the API on what port and location. All right, so we're going to go ahead and open that in the browser. And bring that over. I hit the wrong routes. All right, here we go. And this is the information right here. And it's just that simple. It's already set up in the API. You can actually put that data into a database and just display it like that. You don't have to actually hand jam a JSON object. That wouldn't be efficient or really dynamic. So a better way would be to actually hook up a database to it and then grab the information from that. But don't be alarmed either when you come to it and you see that things are out of order. That's just how Python organizes data. It's unorganized when you're dealing with any type of like dictionary objects or even JSON objects. It's just not going to always stay in order like that. But we do see that we have everything that was in here is being displayed right there on that route. Now, if you wanted to change this route to something else, we can do that as well by coming back to the route. And let's say you want to do like a traditional API, say API quarterbacks. So we could do quarterbacks, and then we could do running backs, or we could do QB, API QB. So let's do API QB. All right, so now let's refresh. We're gonna go ahead and bring that back up. So if I refresh right here, we should get an error, right? It's no longer on the main root directory, so it's gonna be on API QB. So then when I press enter, voila, it shows back up. We have all the information from Dak Prescott and the Cowboys, Dwayne Haskins, Carson Wentz, and Daniel Jones. Thanks for tuning in to another video. This is how you can easily get an API up and running. If you want to test some data or have a way to test how you can pull data from an API, this is a great way to stub out an API quickly within a little bit of time. If you wanted to do additional routes, you could do that as well. You could say add-app.route. We could say API, and say RB. All right, for the running backs, methods equal get. Say def for this method here. Let me just say backs, and then we could do return JSONify running backs. I'll say RB, right? And then we can create something really quickly. Here we can say RB equals to ID one, and we say first name. I'll just say Zeke. Second name, no, last name, not second name. Last name, it's going to be Elliott. And we're going to say team Cowboys. All right. And make sure those curly braces are in there, or brackets are in there, and the square brackets. And then go ahead and save. All right, and then we're gonna visit that route. So let's see, the quarterback's route's still working, as we can see. Then come back here, type in RB. Now we can see Zeke is in here. His last name, and he's the running back of the Cowboys, right? We could also come in and add a position in there. We know these are the running backs page, but say we want to present the position. Running back. Or should be running back. We'll save. And when we go back to that page, we should be able to see his position. Refresh. And there we go. Running back is in there. And that should actually be a space there. So let's do that. Running back. Any changes would be updated on the fly. There you go. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you.